Rob Lucci, the most feared assassin in CP9's history, so lethal and efficient in his execution of missions that he gained the moniker Massacre Weapon. Of course, the sadistic Celestial Dragons would love to have a man as deadly as this on their team, earning him a promotion to the white-clad Cipher Aegis Zoro, the shield of the Celestial Dragons. Upon entering the mysterious group, he is immediately elevated to the exclusive masked agents, the most powerful core in the entirety of the Cipher Pole. But is he as powerful as he seems? From facing Luffy in Enies Lobby to battling the Yonko once again in Egghead, his power has undoubtedly evolved. However, how far can he really go? After the Egghead arc, we need to reevaluate everything we thought we knew about Rob Lucci. And before we get into the video today, if you love One Piece power scaling, theory breakdowns, and more, hit that like button and subscribe to the page. It's free for you and does wonders for the algorithm. And if you're new to my How Powerful series, I'll be using the Beast Pirates hierarchy for my rankings. So headliner level, Topiropo level, lower all-star level, second and third commander level, high all-star level, which is your first commanders, and admiral level, and finally Yonko level. And without further ado, let's get started. Lucci's journey began as an unassuming shipwright in Water 7, but beneath that facade was the most dangerous assassin CP9 had ever seen. After betraying the people he'd worked with for the last 5 years with zero remorse, we eventually arrive at Enies Lobby, which is where I've started a lot of these videos. First, I have to point out that Rob Lucci has a Doroki of 4,000, which would disappoint Vegeta as it's not over 9,000. However, though unimpressive to Vegeta, Lucci's Doroki of 4,000 was the highest ever recorded in the history of CP9, and with complete mastery of the Rokoshiki techniques, even gaining access to a hidden 7th form, Lucci was a monster. His leopard Zoan fruit, the Neko Neko no Mi, only made him more dangerous, boosting his physical strength and bloodlust to the max, allowing him to push Luffy's Gear 2nd and 3rd forms to their limits. Even the former Shishibukai Bartholomew Kuma said the world government never expected anyone could defeat Rob Lucci. Of course, Luffy did. But where do we place pre-time skip Rob Lucci? A lot of people tend to underestimate how strong pre-time skip characters actually are. When you combine Rob Lucci's intellect, abilities, techniques, and devil fruit, he's actually quite formidable. If I had to place him, I'd place him at headliner level. I think even this version of Rob Lucci would outwit and defeat headliners like Hold'em and Speed. However, he would still struggle against headliners like Hawkins, whose power and intellect are greater. So, let's slide Lucci right in with the headliners. Now, fast forward to Egghead, and Lucci has made a stunning comeback. His Zoan Devil Fruit has now awakened, a rare power boost that propels his strength and speed far beyond what we've seen. But is it enough? He had a scuffle with Leo and Sai on Mary Joa, but he outclasses both of them easily. No, his scaling comes from his battles with Luffy and Zoro, the two strongest among the Straw Hat Pirates. In his awakened form, Lucci was able to briefly keep up with Luffy, now a fully fledged Yonko. But as soon as Luffy started taking the fight seriously, Lucci was quickly outclassed. Despite his speed and raw power, the gap between him and Luffy had grown. It's not all bad though. He's able to take several powerful strikes from Luffy in Gear 5th, which is no small feat. Even admirals can fall to a single strike from Luffy, and Lucci took 3 hits in total in the manga before succumbing to Luffy's might. So, while Lucci performed relatively well, he was no match for the future Pirate King. Lucci then faced Zoro, one of the strongest first commanders we've seen. When we look at his fight with Zoro, he does both better and worse. The pros: he's able to fight with Zoro longer than against Luffy, but that could simply be manga pacing, as his fight with Zoro is all of 4 to 5 pages, and his fight with Luffy is around 11 pages. In those 4 to 5 pages, he forces Zoro to use King of Hell style for a brief moment. He's able to disarm him of one of his swords, and successfully stalls Zoro for some time. The cons? Well, Lucci, he never lands one strike on Zoro, and unfortunately for Lucci, Zoro's strength as one of the most powerful first commanders we've seen is undeniable. One attack was all it took to end the fight. However, Lucci's resilience, remaining conscious after a devastating blow, shows he's not to be underestimated. This makes it a bit hard to properly scale the rabid leopard accurately, as his feats are cancelled out by his anti-feats. Overall, during Egghead, Lucci through his awakening showed a major boost in his speed, strength, and durability. Couple that with his intellect and cunning, as even during his battles on the island from Luffy to Zoro, he was still able to pass on critical information to the Gorosei Marcus Mars when he arrived on Egghead. So, where, oh where, would I place this feral cat? Is Lucci first commander level, second commander level, maybe third, or maybe he can match an admiral? Well, Lucci is probably first commander level, despite his showings in Egghead. But because of his showings, I have to place him in lower all-star level or the second commander level. He lost too easily to both Luffy and Zoro. And even though he endured longer against Zoro, it still only took one attack from Zoro to put him down. I don't see the other first commanders being taken out so easily by Zoro. Second, I place Sanji in the high all-star / first commander tier, and I think Sanji probably defeats Lucci, and from the way he berated Zoro, probably about as quickly and easily. But I know Lucci is meant to be at the first commander level from a narrative perspective, and I think Luffy and Zoro were just bad matchups for him. Luffy is a literal Yonko, and Zoro is stronger than every first commander we've seen in battle so far. So, I'll leave the strongest agent in the history of CP9 in the low all-star or second commander level, because that's the level of strength he has shown in my humble opinion. But that's enough of my opinion. Where would you place Lucci? Let me know in the comments below. If there's another character you'd like to know how powerful they are actually, also let me know in the comments below. And if you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the page. I think if Lucci showed more hockey feats, he could be bumped up a bit. Speaking of hockey, I have an amazing hockey theory video for you right here. But until next time, I've been the Blank Face, and I'll see you in the next one.